There is something rather special about a Christmas cactus, isn't there? It's a plant often given with affection, a living gift that arrives just as the days grow short and the garden outside falls into its deep winter slumber. Unlike the desert cacti we so often imagine, this one comes from the humid, dappled light of Brazilian cloud forests. It doesn't ask for scorching sun or bone-dry soil. Instead, it seeks a gentler hand. Its beauty lies not in sharp spines, but in its cascading, segmented stems and the explosion of jewel-toned flowers that erupt as if by magic. Caring for it is less a chore and more a quiet partnership. The appeal of the Schlumbergera is its reliable generosity. It is a plant that seems to want to please. With just a little understanding of its natural rhythms, it will reward you year after year. Many of us have inherited one, its gnarled stems telling a story of countless Christmases past. They ask for so little, yet they give a spectacular display of color, of vibrant defiance against winter. Before we begin, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. It helps me out so much, and I truly appreciate it. Now back to the video. The first and most crucial step in making your Christmas cactus happy is finding it the right home within your own. Because it hails from the forest, where it grows on trees under a canopy of leaves, it loves brightness, not harsh direct sun. Think of the light as filtered like through a leafy screen. East-facing window, often perfect. Gentle morning sun that warms but doesn't scorch. North-facing aspect, also works beautifully. Consistent indirect light throughout the day. Avoid spots blasted by intense midday or afternoon sun. Don't treat it like desert cacti. Avoid the sunniest windowsill. If stems turn red or purplish and look limp or washed out, that's stress, basically a sunburn. A dark corner won't help either. Weak, leggy growth and no flowers. Aim for bright and airy most of the day, without hours of direct rays on the leaves. Once you've found a good spot, leave it be, especially in autumn. They get used to their light. Frequent changes stress them. If you must move it, do so with purpose. Shield from sudden drafts or use a darker room only to encourage budding. Finding that perfect, stable location is your first great act of kindness. Forget the notion that you lack a green thumb. Growing is observation and gentle response. Learn its simple language, and you'll transform it into a flourishing centerpiece. Watering is where many people go wrong, usually an act of too much kindness. Roots aren't adapted to constantly wet soil. That leads to root rot, the common killer. Water thoroughly, then let the top inch or two dry before watering again. If it feels damp just below the surface, wait another day or two. Let excess water drain completely. Never leave it standing in a saucer. In spring and summer, it's actively growing and appreciates nutrition. Feed monthly with a balanced liquid at half strength. As late summer turns to autumn, stop feeding to signal flower production. Use a cactus mix or blend peat-free compost with perlite and sharp grit for an airy, fast-draining medium. Avoid dense garden soil or plain potting mix without drainage. Both hold too much water. Prune in late spring, about a month or two after flowering. No secateurs needed. Gently twist off 1 or 2 segments from long stems. This encourages branching and more tips for winter flowers. They like to be a bit pot-bound. That slight restriction can help flowering. Repot every 2 to 3 years. In spring, after flowering and pruning, only one size larger. A too big pot stays wet too long and risks root rot. Pests are uncommon, but check for mealybugs, white cottony bits, and scale, small brown bumps. Dab with rubbing alcohol, or use a gentle insecticidal soap for heavier infestations. Wipe leaves regularly to keep them clean and spot problems early. A hard spring prune can revive a sparse, non-flowering plant. With a cool autumn rest, it can come back covered in blooms. Sometimes, a little tough love is kindest. The big question, why won't my Christmas cactus flower? The answer is usually what you're not doing in autumn. It needs cooler temperatures and long, uninterrupted nights. Start around late September or early October for 6 to 8 weeks. Give it 12-14 hours of complete darkness each night. Lamps and TVs can ruin this. Let nights cool to roughly 50 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 10 to 15 degrees Celsius. Use a cool spare room, an enclosed porch, or a chilly windowsill. Reduce watering, let the soil get fairly dry. When you see tiny buds at the tips, stop the dark treatment. Bring it back to bright light, resume careful watering, and avoid moving it. Sudden temperature or light changes, or overwatering, can cause buds to drop. With patience, you'll be rewarded. Gentle light, careful watering, and a cool, dark rest in autumn. Those simple things bring the flowers year after year. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.